Hello students, myself Poonam Mistry. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to start economics chapter number 1, that is the story of village Palanpur. Now the first question arises that why Palanpur? What is that? It is a hypothetical village that is given in this chapter. Now, hypothetical village means it is an imaginary village taken in this chapter just to give you idea about how the production activities is carried out in the village area. Okay, so let's study about the chapter the story of village Palanpur. Now here Palanpur is a small hypothetical village having 450 families. Now, it was a village in which 450 families were living there, right? It is 3 kilometers away from a big village, so basically, it was not a big village. So, it was 3 kilometers away from a big village named Raiganj, and Shahpur is the nearest village from Palanpur, and besides that Shahpur was the other village which was near to Palanpur. Now when we talk about Palanpur, it has two primary schools and one high school. In villages there are possibilities that there are some villages in which you can't see any primary schools or any other thing, but here in this village there were two primary schools and one high school also. There is a government primary health care center and one private dispensary also. Basically, by giving this idea, we can come to know that mostly all the facilities are available in this village, so we can't say that it is a backward village, right? Many types of transport can be seen in this village. Transportation facilities also good in this village. Most of the houses have electric connections also. It means that there were no problem of electricity, like they were getting electric connections, and it was not like that इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जो है वो बार बार चली जाती थी एंड दे हैड टू लीव विदाउट लाइट. इट वॉज नॉट लाइक दैट, राइट? So that was the small description of the village Palanpur, that which type of village that was and what it had. Okay, let's continue ahead. Now the production activities. What were the production activities carried out in Palanpur was farming is the main activity in the village Palanpur. If we talk about any village, farming is the main activity, right? Basically, most of the people are dependent on farming for their livelihood. Most of the people in Palanpur, they were dependent on farming for their livelihood, right? So they were totally dependent on farming only. Non-farming activities, but besides farming, non-farming activities were also carried out, such as small scale manufacturing, that is activities of weavers and potters who used to do pottery, making pots, right? Dairy, transport, etc. carried out on a limited extent. Means farming was the main activity, but besides that, dairy, then transportation facility, that was also carried out, but to a limited extent only. The description shows that Palanpur has well developed facilities. Obviously, from the above given description, we can say that Palanpur had well developed facilities. It was not underdeveloped village. Okay. Now the factors of production. What do you mean by factors of production? Generally, to grow a crop, right? When you grow a crop, there are many factors of production needed. Like to produce anything, there are many factors which are necessary to be taken in mind, right? Here it is given land, labor, and capital are the basic requirements for production of goods and services, which are popularly known as factors of production. So, three things are important, that is, first is land. Without land, it is not possible for any production. And once we get the land, the second important thing is labor. It means laborers, the workers that we needed for the production. And third important thing is capital, that is money which is required. And apart from money, we can say that the machineries, the investment which is required for the production, this all things are necessary. These are the basic requirements for the production of any product or any goods or services. So what do you mean by factors of production? Land, labor and capital are the basic requirements for the production of goods and services, which are popularly known as factors of production. Second point, now as I discussed that lands include all free gifts of nature, means land, when we talk about first factor of production, that is land, what it includes? It includes soil, forest, water, minerals, etc. Land includes all free gifts of nature that is given to us by the God. Second is labor. Labor means it includes human efforts, workers, which of course includes physical as well as mental labor. It is not like that okay, you are present and you will do work. Mentally also you should be present. Sometimes in classes also you are physically present, but sometimes it happens that mentally you don't remain present there, and because of that you will not understand the concept which is going on. So human efforts is required in laborer, that is physical as well as mental labor is necessary. Third, when we talk about capital, capital is further bifurcated into two parts, that is physical capital is the third requirement for production. So now physical capital includes fixed capital and working capital. It means capital is bifurcated into two parts, that is fixed capital and working capital. Now what do you mean by fixed capital? Fixed capital means which can be used in production over many years. For example, tools, machines, buildings, etc. Now for the production of any product, say you are going to produce any good in an industry, so you have set up the industry, you got the land, after that you got the laborers also. Now the capital which is required in this industry is that you have to invest in machineries, right? So machineries is fixed capital. Why machineries come under fixed capital? Because once you invest in machineries, every year it is not needed to purchase again and again, right? It is being used for a long period of time, so it comes under fixed capital. Now working capital, best example in working capital will be money. Raw materials and money in hand are called working capital, which is required in day-to-day activities. Money is always required during production to make payments and buy other necessary items. So money comes under working capital. Okay. So capital is divided into two parts, that is fixed capital and working capital. Under fixed capital, those things in which we invest for a longer period of time, that comes under fixed capital. Even the tools that we purchase at a time, it is not required to purchase every year, so that is also fixed capital. Working capital means money and raw materials which are necessary to buy on daily basis, that comes under working capital. Okay, apart from land, labor and capital, as we have already learned three factors of production, that is land, labor and capital. Apart from that, there is fourth requirement also. What is that? First of all, you will need knowledge and enterprise to be able to put together land, labor and physical capital and produce an output. Now you got the land, you got the laborers to work, you got the capital for working, but who will do all this thing, right? In your mind the answer comes, that is you need a person who must be having proper knowledge, skill to be able to use all the things and produce an output. Without them nothing is possible, and if that person is available, we can see that that is the human capital which is required. That is, to produce an output, without human being nothing is possible. Like we can say entrepreneur, right? Every production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital, and human capital, which are known as factors of production. Human capital means human being, those who supervise each and everything, like land is available in proper quantity, then you have enough laborers, then you have enough capital, that all supervision is done by this human capital who is having knowledge, who have started this thing, started the business or setting up of an industry. It is all done by human capital. So factors of production includes four things, that is land, labor, capital, that is physical capital, and the last is human capital. So that's all for today. We will continue the next topic in second part of this video. So if you enjoyed watching my video, please do like and subscribe my channel. Even you can share it with others. Thank you.